Good morning, everybody. This your boy Tevin Oliver. Just woke up. It's been a while since I've done this. It's been actually a good year since I did this. I was supposed to do a video yesterday, but some things came up and I couldn't do it because I definitely want to get the games from Thursday in before Friday's games kicked off, but that didn't work out. So today I'll be doing two videos, one video pertaining to Thursday's games and one video pertaining to Friday's game. So enough of all that talking. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Pretty much start with the first game that came on Thursday. Washington Redskins versus the Atlanta Falcons. Well, also to throw in, I am a Redskins fan to the absolute core and heart. Forget you if you don't like it. I know people don't. A lot of people don't. Atlanta Falcons took that one 23-17. I'm gonna start with the Redskins. Kirk Cousins didn't sign didn't get a long-term contract, which I felt like he should have. Was franchise tag. He signed it, staying for a year. Pretty crisp this game. 39 yards, good, but actually could have went on the scoring drive if Vernon Davis never dropped that beautiful, perfect pass. But preseason, this is what preseason's for. Get the rust off, get everybody back in motion, and get everybody going again. Colton McCoy came in, do what a backup does, contribute the best way possible. 7 for 11, 53 yards. One that caught my eye that game was Nate Sudfeld. Man, it was 10, 15, 89 yards and threw a touchdown. He looked really, really good yesterday. Even for a rookie I think we drafted him like round 5, round 6, I think we drafted him. Also kudos to another rookie that we drafted out of undrafted free agents. Robbie Kelly, 7 carries, 40 yards, and a touchdown. He really showed that he can really contribute to the backfield. I want to see him continue doing that throughout the process, the rest of this preseason, because Matt Jones didn't get a lot of catches, a lot of carries. He only carried the ball twice, 1 yard. Chris Thompson, 1, that was another 0. I'm disappointed in our rookie running back that we drafted round 6, round 7. Keith Marshall out of Georgia, 5 carries, -1 yards. That is horrible. That's bad. We do not need that. We need somebody that can get in that backfield and run off. Considering the fact that this kid is, I believe, he's 5'11", 219 pounds, and ran a 4.31 to 40, the fastest 40 at the draft this year. So I really expected a lot from him. Not gonna really say too much about the receivers because, of course, the starters only played 1 quarter, sat down. We don't need injuries. We don't need none. You know what I'm saying? So keep everything going. One thing I do want to say is I am upset about. I like what my defense did for the most part, but I'm upset that we didn't create any turnovers or pressure the quarterback a lot of times, or even got sacks from the quarterback. That's one thing that I really thought we would have worked on. Then again, like I said, the starters played first quarter, then sat down, so we wasn't going to see too much of Ryan Kerrigan or Chris Baker or Preston Smith. You didn't see a lot of them. I did want to talk about 2 guys that was really just was the spotlight on the defense. Montrell Spates, middle linebacker we drafted last year out of Arkansas. Pretty much the opener, he was pretty much out for the year with a concussion. And also if I'm not mistaken, our second draft pick, Sewell Cravens out of USC, absolute monster. He was just outstanding that game. 4 tackles, 2 of those tackles for loss, pass deflect. He's something special. He's really, really something special, and I hope he can definitely continue doing exactly what he did and just go out there and contribute the best way he knows how and the rest way he wants to. We still don't know where they're gonna put him. They're gonna keep him on inside safety. He will be a nickel linebacker because he has the capability to cover running backs in the backfield and tight ends. So that's one thing that I'm glad we can do. Having him out there gives us a chance to cover the tight end and also leaves our safety to cover more down the field, especially when you're going to get people like Odell Beckham who can take the top off almost anybody when it comes to a game because of his phenomenal speed. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Jumping into the Falcons real quick. They did some good things. We actually like I said, this is preseason, so I'm not really worrying about where we won or lost this game. I actually appreciate what the Redskins did. I mean, Matt Ryan was 0 for 4, no yards, no TDs, no nothing. Matt Sims 0 for 3, nothing. got a little turned up when Sean Winfrey went in 5 for 9, 101 yards. Matt Schaub went in, former starting quarterback for the Texans, Houston Texans. 10 for 15, 179 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. That's one thing I like, that we really kept them scoreless in the pass game, which is very, very good. Which is showing that our secondary is really, really growing. You know what I'm saying? It's showing that our secondary is a lot better than last year. It just shows great things. You know what I'm saying? Keeping all 4 of these quarterbacks touchdowns in terms of passing was wonderful. They didn't really do much in the run game. Brandon Wiles, 10 carries, 26 yards and a touchdown. Okay, cool. But we shut down their main 2, pretty much the main 2 running backs we're going to see this year. Well, pretty much their main 2 running backs on their roster, Devontae Freeman and Tevin Coleman. And now people that like me, I remember the trouble we had against Devontae Freeman. He ran completely all over us that game, unfortunately. Aldrick Robinson, former Redskins to play for us, he really took the top off us. 3 catches, 118 yards. So, yeah, we stopped them from scoring, but we can't give up big yards like that. You know what I'm saying? Giving them big yards like that down the field, at that point, they can run the ball in easily and, you know, get a touchdown. So we got to be on there. Eric Williams, 1 catch, 48 yards. It's another huge game for 1 catch. So we have to really be on that. You know what I'm saying? We didn't give a lot to Mohamed Sanu, the new receiver that the Atlanta Falcons got this year. Julio Jones didn't make any catches. This, that, and the third. We did cause, you know, 1 turnover, 1 fumble, 1 fumble recovery, which is great. I actually really appreciate that. One thing that I want to jump back on when it comes to Atlanta defense, talking about Washington Redskins, I need our offensive line backups to really pick it up, because we gave up, if I'm not mistaken, we gave up 3 sacks. We do not need that. You know what I'm saying? Considering the fact that last year, the Washington Redskins offensive line was the best I've ever seen in a very, very long time. But enough of that. Let's go ahead and move on to the next team, because like I said, I want to get 2 videos in today before today's games kick off, which will be later on. So I really want to get this done and go ahead and start the second video so I can get everything going and going from there. Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus Philadelphia Eagles. Philadelphia Eagles won that game 17-9. Now, people that remember that game from last year, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers literally ran all over the Philadelphia Eagles. The Philadelphia Eagles like pretty much had no running defense, because Doug Martin literally ran all over these guys. But let's jump right into it. Mike Glenn was 7-14, threw an interception, 83 yards. Jameis Winston, pretty much the starting quarterback for this team, 7 for 9, 97 yards, and threw a touchdown. Very, very good. Ryan Griffin, 13 for 23, 148 yards, no TDs, 2 interceptions. That hurts. Excuse me. Doug Martin, 5 carries, 13. Nobody scored in the running game. They pretty much did good shutting down the running game this game. So that's a big improvement from the Philadelphia Eagles. Russell Shepard, 3 catches, 62 yards, 1 touchdown. So they did pretty decent in the ring, because they have a lot of they have a lot of targets in terms of the passing game. But of course, you have to cut that down by week 4. You gotta have 53 players on that team. So I hope they pick the best. Another thing that really shocked me about the Philadelphia Eagles was they caused 4 fumbles. They recovered 2 of those. That's really, really good to see from another team in the NFC East, which means they be working hard and they want to come out and make some noise. Considering the fact what I'm seeing now, they are still having problems on the offensive line. They gave up 4 sacks. 4 sacks. They gave up 4 sacks, and they also gave up an interception. So their offense isn't working out 100% as well as I thought it would. But you know, it is what it is. Jumping to the Eagles. Sam Bradford was 1 for 1, 3 yards. That was it for him. McLeod Bethel Thomas, if I'm not mistaken, he's the former first or second round pick for the Titans from a couple of years ago. 1 for 1, 7 yards. Chase Daniels for his Kansas City Chiefs, worked under Andy Reid, 4 for 10 and 15 yards. Carson Wentz, the first round draft pick for the Philadelphia Eagles. Carson Wentz, 12 for 24, 89 yards and an interception. So he has some things to work on. But then again, this is his first game. This is preseason. Really getting everybody emotion to really get everything done and get everything going. Keon Barner, 7 carries, 35 yards. They ain't really run the ball that much. Ryan Matthews, 2 carries, 15 yards. Touchdown. And Chase Daniels again, 3 carries, 7 yards, and a touchdown. So a lot of people are thinking that Ryan Matthews may be the starting running back for this team, which I feel like he can, just considering the fact that he has a lot of injury histories. He's not that guy that when he's playing the game, there's a 50-50 chance that he could stay healthy that entire game, because he just has that injury history about him. But if he can stay healthy, he can definitely be that starting running back. Powerful runner, good ball carrier, he can really get the job done. They didn't really do much in the pass game, they didn't really do too much. Like I said, first quarter, they created 2 fumbles, which I really like. They created 2 fumbles. Looking from a defense, they was effective in the pass game. Pass protection game. Also came with 3 sacks and 5 pass deflects. You know what I'm saying? So 7 pass deflects. They're really getting everything going. All right, let's move on to the next team. That would be the New Orleans Saints and the New England Patriots. Ugh. Shout out to my uncle. He's gonna hate me because he despises any and everything about the New England Patriots. But let's get back into it. New Orleans Saints, they lost that game 22-34 to the Patriots. Drew Brees, 1 for 1, 37 yards. You know he's not gonna do too much. 1 game, 1 round, that's it. Garrett Grayson, the quarterback they drafted last year, really did some pretty good things except for the interception. 10 for 16, 133 yards. Like I said, that 1 interception hurt. Luke McCown, Josh McCown's brother, 18 for 27, 143 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Guys, those interceptions, guys. That is stop. They ain't really do too much on the running game. Mark Ingram, 7 carries, 18 yards, 2 touchdowns. So he's still that starting running back for them. Michael Thomas, one receiver that they drafted this year, looked really, really good. 4 catches, 67 yards. So he's really trying to get that Ricky phase and just jump right into it and pretty much take up the way he's supposed to. And I definitely believe him and feel him on that one. Their defense caused 4 fumbles. So defense is really trying to rise, just from the departure from, if I'm not mistaken, Bob Ryan, Rex Ryan's brother. They really did some good things. Their defense came in with 2 sacks, 5 pass deflects. So they really did some great things. Just jumping into the New England Patriots. Jacoby Brissett, 7 for 13, 63 yards. Jimmy Garoppolo, the starting quarterback for the first 4 games for the New England Patriots, because everybody knows the suspension of Tom Brady, considering the fact he gave up. He didn't want to keep fighting anymore. This is pretty much the opportunity to show, do they have a future when Tom Brady calls it? Never know. But considering flipping this game, 11 from 18, 168 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. Now, a lot of people talk about this guy and people point out that he do the little things that matter. You know what I'm saying? No false starts, no wasting time, making smart throws when we need to, of course, with the no interceptions. Can he really keep everything going? Can he come up? Can he bring the tempo up? Can he bring it down? Is he keeping everybody in place? Like I said, the important stuff. Current to the running game, it was really effective in the running game. Their running game came out with 151 yards, so it's good. Tyler Gaffney, 9 carries, 64 yards, touchdown. LeGarrette Blount, 9 carries, 20 yards, and a touchdown. So, of course, LeGarrette Blount will be that #1 guy. Not really knowing what they're going to do with, if I'm not mistaken, Deion West. And James White is also there. They came in and did something. But they had a lot of injuries in the backfield. So it was good to see what they're doing. Excuse me. They did pretty good in the throwing game. Of course, Junior Edelman didn't play, or I don't think Rob Gronkowski played. I think they really kept their starters out to get them some rest. Martellus Bennett, Garnett started. Recent required from Chicago Bears, and they traded them. That's really dangerous because they have two big time tight ends that can do something deadly in the end zone. So it's hard for everybody else in their division. James White, they running back, one catch, 56 yards. And Michael Mitchell, they rookie that drafted 4 catches, 55 yards. But I think I'm not mistaken, I heard that he has sort of a bad injury in his elbow, so I have to check in on that, see how that's going. They created 2 fumbles, so the defense is really still on point. Their defense is looking pretty darn good, considering the fact they don't have Chandler Jones, who they traded to the Cardinals. Let's keep moving on. Let's keep moving on, people. We got a lot to do. I'm almost done with this first video, too. Gotta keep this going. Next up is the Baltimore Ravens versus the Carolina Panthers. Carolina Panthers, a team that went 15-1 last year, went all the way to the Super Bowl, faced the Denver Broncos, and blew it. Yes, I said blew it. They blew it. That game wasn't a fluke. It wasn't rigged. They blew it. Like I tell everybody, they ain't never played defense like that before. The best defense they played was the Seahawks around that time. We're not gonna get into that. I got things to do. Now, Carolina Panthers lost this game 19-22, like I said. Cam Newton, 5 for 6, 36 yards. He didn't really try to do too much. Just wanted to break a little time, get in there, get a little sweat, and go sit down. That's it. Joe Webb, 9 for 16, 89 yards. No touchdowns, no interceptions. Excuse me. Derek Anderson, 7 for 14, 93 yards, 1 touchdown. So that's good to see. They didn't really do too much in the running game. Britton Burson, 5 catches, 69 yards, no touchdowns. Mary Bird, 1 catch, 35 yards. David Funchess, big 6'6", 235, receiver, 1 catch, 10 yards, TD. Like I said, they ain't able to do too much. Kevin Benjamin still is finally back out there on the field to contribute to the team, so I definitely want to see what he does this year. They caused 2 fumbles. They defense still up there. I don't care what nobody say. They still have a great defense. They only came with 1 sack, 3 pass deflections, so they really, just trying to break the ice, break the rust. Baltimore Ravens, of course, Joe Flacco is not out there. He's still trying to feel the recovery from his last year's injury, which was very, very bad. No one seen it coming, but I have a strong feeling he's going to make it. Jared Johnson, 1 throw, 7 yards. Josh Johnson, 8 for 11, 83 yards. And Ryan Mallett, also former Houston Texas quarterback from last year. 11 for 15, 91 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Keno Dixon, 9 carries, 44 yards. Terrence West, 9 catches, 25 yards, 2 touchdowns. Way to go, West. Darren Waller, 5 catches, 48 yards. Steve Smith is still not back. He's still also recovering from his last year's, I think it's Achilles injury, so definitely want to see what the old guy does. He's definitely the old man of this football era, because he's still out there balling like he's young, but he can definitely get it done. Javaris Allen, 1 catch, 19 yards, and 1 touchdown. So someone threw a touchdown. Their defense caused 2 fumbles, which is really good. Their defense always been sharp. It's the Baltimore Ravens. They never really been a team to have a bad, really bad defense before. The defense the year before or down the line, but they're still good defense. They caused 3 sacks this game and 6 pass deflects. So that's really good. All right, let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Because I'm about done with Thursday's games. I know I should. I was lazy, but still some things did had come up and I couldn't get them done. But whatever. Jacksonville Jaguars versus the New York Giants. Giants took that game Jets. Wow, so sorry. New York Jets. Sorry. Jets took that game 17-13. Chad Henne, 8 for 9, 94 yards. Blake Bortles, 6 105 yards. Brandon Allen, 10 for 19, 138 yards. No touchdowns, interception. Chris Ivory, the former New York Jets starting running back, plays for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Seeing his former team, this guy has 6 carries, 26 yards, and touchdown on his own team. Let's go Ivory. TJ Yeldon, which will probably be the starting running back for the Jacksonville Jaguars, 4 carries, 26 yards. Denard Robinson, 7 carries, 23 yards. Allen Robinson, 3 catches, 80 yards. Marquise Lee, 4 catches, 49 yards. So, they're really making some things happen in the past game. They have a lot of targets. They threw it to a lot of people. I got them keep my eye on this year in terms of the Jacksonville Jaguars will be Robinson and my man Allen Hurns. Them two are definitely a dynamic duo. Don't get me wrong, they are beasts. And I also can't forget Julius Thomas. If he can stay healthy, they're a great team, hands down. Coming to the defense, they didn't really do too much. They did come up with 3 sacks, which is very, very good. I actually want to watch this game because I want to see was Jalen Ramsey out there and Miles Jack. Miles Jack did play, so this is really interesting. Like, is he going to be a starter, a backup? How they're going to work him into the team? Don't know. Have to wait till week 1 of regular season. New York Jets. Ryan Fitzpatrick finally signed a 1-year contract to come back, which I feel like he should have had a good 3-year contract because what he did with this team last year was phenomenal. Fitzpatrick 3 for 4, 72 yards, no touchdown, no interception. Geno Smith, 8-14, 79, threw a touchdown, no interception. He might be trying to come for his job, you guys. Bryce Petty, 7-14, 93 yards. Lamar Morris, 11 carries, 27 yards. Bilal Powell, 4 carries, 13 yards, 1 touchdown. He's actually the running back that led the team in touchdowns last year in terms of running with, I believe, 7 or 8. Quincy Enunwa, 2 catches, 69 yards. Jeremy Ross, 3 catches, 51 yards. Charon Peak, 4 catches, 45 yards, and he scored a touchdown. Good job to that man. They caused, they had a fumble. It actually was pretty good. 3 sacks, 7 pass deflections, which means their secondary was really on their money. Kudos to that. Moving on to the last game of Thursdays, which is a game I really want to get into. I might really take a little more time to talk about this team. Denver Broncos versus the Chicago Bears. Now, Denver Broncos took this team out 22-0. Absolutely nothing. Zilch, nada. You get nothing. Get out. Get out of here. Considering the fact that I think ESPN said they consider the Chicago Bears as the worst team in the NFL, which is wow. Which is okay. Really a huge thing to see. Considering the fact that Tennessee Titans are out there. That's about it at that point. Tennessee Titans are pretty much the next worst team. But okay, cool. It'll be nice. All right. I'm gonna go down the not the Broncos, the Bears stuff first. Okay, Carter Shaw, 2 for 4, 17 yards. Jay Cutler, which was probably the starting quarterback of this team, 3 for 4, 18 yards, no touchdown, no interception. But David Fales, I guess, 4 for 8, 30 yards, no touchdown, no interception. Brandon Hoyer, former starting quarterback for the Houston Texans. Talking about Houston one today. Brandon Hoyer, 7 for 10, 81 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. Alright, cool. They really do pretty much anything in the running game. Jeremy Langford, which is his new starting running back for the team, didn't really do too much. Deontay Thomas, 2 catches, 33 yards. Like I said, they didn't do much in the passing game because in fact no one threw a touchdown. Kevin White finally got back on the field, even though he only had 1 catch, 3 yards. Still want to see what he does this year because his first year was bad. It was really, really horrible. A lot of people consider him the best receiver coming out of college last year, so it's time to see what he does this year. Their defense really made some noise with, if I'm not mistaken, 3 sacks and 4 pass deflects. Go Bears. Right, take them. Let's get down to these Denver Broncos, man. Last year's they're the Super Bowl champions, baby. Best defense in the league, number 1 in rushing, number 1 in passing. They did it all. Peyton Manning's last year, the Sheriff went out with a bang. Paxton Lynch, quarterback they drafted this year, 67, 64 yards. Trevor Seaman, 7 for 12, 88 yards. Mark Sanchez, 10 for 13, 99 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Capri Bills, 15 carries, 53 yards. Cody Latimer, 7 catches, 82 yards. Great job. Demaryius Thomas, 2 catches, 43 yards, touchdown. Really out there making things happen, my man. This defense came up with 7 sacks this game. 7 sacks, so they're already getting back on roll. They're drafting the right people, get everything going. They making things happen. 3 pass deflects. Let me go back up to these quarterbacks. Now, when it comes down, the 2 guys that get the starting job is Paxton Lynch and Mark Sanchez. Paxton Lynch, he was the most accurate quarterback to come out of this. He was the most accurate to come out of this draft in terms of quarterback. He's a very smart thrower. Mark Sanchez, yes, we know all about the butt fumble and just how things went for him with the Philadelphia Eagles and how things turned out with him with the New York Jets. But one thing that I want to remind people that people may not know, if Mark Sanchez has weapons, he can be a very quality quarterback. He showed that with his first 3 years in the NFL when he came out as a rookie. Time with the Jets, this man has Santino Holmes, Jericho Cotchery, and what's his name? Okay, I don't know right now. But he's still something very, very big. So I feel like Mark Sanchez can win this battle because he has weapons in the field. Running backs, Ronnie Hillman, who's also right there and catch for passing. He has probably 2 of the best dual receivers in the league. He can definitely do it all. Well, everybody, that's my first video from a year ago. Whew, it's been so long. Leave your comments and like the video, man. I'm trying to get everything going, get everything started. So like the video, leave your comments, any questions. Like I said, I like doing videos for people that want me to do. So let me know what you want to do. Peace.